All right. Good morning, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all something. I'm really getting tired of you so-called conservatives. There used to be a thing used to be saying, why won't you pick on man on your own pick on somebody your own size? I want to ask this question. Why won't you pick on somebody at your own age, in your age range? Yes, I put the disclaimer up here for a reason because I'm going to show you this real quick, right? I'm going to show you it because it's not going to be you know, um, it's going to serve as a template. It's going to serve as a template of what I'm talking about, and this is what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not going to play the video, right? I'm not going to play the video, but I'm really getting tired of y'all trying to go after these college students, these 18, 19-year-old college students going to college campuses of universities, and you trying to clown these these students. Why won't you pick at somebody your own age, Myron? See, those 18-year-old girls, those 19-year-old college girls, those 20-year-old uh, those 20-year-old girls at the universities that you trying to shame, blame, and explain about, they don't know anything about you. Oh, they might heard of you. They might saw a little Instagram video, a little clip from a YouTube channel. They might recognize your face, but let's be clear, Myron. It's not just Myron I'm talking to. We're first I'm talking to Brandon Tatum's and so forth. Turning Point USA folks. They don't know nothing about you to debate you, right? They don't know nothing about you and your education or lack thereof. They don't know nothing about your history or any of y'all's history. That's why you're weak, Myron. That's why a lot of these so-called conservatives are weak. Now, you think that you trying to be here for men. You trying to defend manhood, right? No, Myron, you're not trying to defend manhood. What like you're doing is very, very, and I'll say it. I'll say it, nigga. You're bitch made. It's bitch made that you can talk about women who are 19, 18, 19 years old, 20 years old, but you never face a woman 35, 45 years old around your age range. In fact, you never debate men. Why is that, Myron? You never debate men. And the only time when there's the only time when there's a debate among men is either when your boy is sitting right by you, but you don't got the guts to do it, Myron. You're just a government agent, and I think though because you're part of the government passing out information, I think Congress needs to investigate you, right? I think Congress needs to investigate you, Myron. What's going on, Queen? Because people like you need to be stopped. Now, let me go ahead and put this up here real quick. Yes, I'm gonna put this up here real quick because we know how you are, right? Like again, we put this right here how you are. So we gonna play a clip, right?
We're not.
Yeah, we are.
You know, countries are warning their people to stay away from us because sexually assaulted. 99% of women get raped and sexually assaulted. You do know that, right? Because of
99%,
men's
yeah.
savagery. If I point to any woman in this room, they could tell me a rape story.
Maybe their fantasy. Who knows? I don't know.
Their fantasy.
So it's a fantasy. So if a woman say she's great, right? We supposed to say it's a novel, it's a story. See, we got to explore these government ops online, these government ops that comes online and tries to, you know, and you know what? And it's my mission. I'm making my mission to make sure you're called in front of a congressional hearing, Myron. That is that is what I desire. I want to see this. I want to see, you know, somebody calling you up in the front of a congressional hearing and ask, "Are you a hate group?" I mean, if not, then what are you? That's what I like to see. Your government agent who's trying to who's trying to create further division within American society, and that's what it is. What's going on? These dudes are bananas. Now you got the nerve to come on the college campus and tell this woman make light of sexual assault. Why won't you instead of now like this then this woman's about 21, 20, 19, 8, 19, 20, 20, 20 something years old and stuff. You're 20 years older than she is, at least. Why don't you try somebody your age range, Myron? That girl was probably born when Obama was president. Why no? And you was born when Reagan was president. How about man? You go ahead and debate somebody your age, Myron. And that also goes for Brandon Tatum. That goes for Charlie Kirk. That goes for Candace Owens and so forth and so on and so on. But the problem is, I'm getting really tired of Myron acting like though what he's saying, he's trying to shame, blame, and explain. Right? But let's go back to another short. Right? Let's go back to another short. And let me do this real quick. Again, again, again. I'm going to do this again. See, I'm being careful. I'm being mighty careful here. It's fair use here. You know, I'm going to have to read it, because I know the law. I mean, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act 1976. Copyright disclaimer um, under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permit by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing non-profit, non educational, or personal use tips and balance in favor. Excuse me, in favor of fair use. Good, we got that out the way. Good, we got that out the way. Now let's get back to one that is so stupid, right? Let me use this
men
one.
are physically superior to women. I truly mean that. An average 15-year-old boy can beat up like 90% of 20-year-old women. Everything about them is just inferior physically. Bone structure, muscle density, lung capacity. High school boys will play sports against collegiate and or
And but you know what? No, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Let's go to another one. Let's go to another one. Let's go to another one. Myron gets confronted by a transformer. No. Let's see here. Now, no. Let me scroll up. Let me scroll up. Right. I like to scroll up. There's something that there was one little short he made that really, you know. Let's see here. Oh, let's go ahead and do this.
Obey kind of implies that there's a lack of free will in God.
I find it interesting that on my end, I'm protecting and providing. And the one thing I ask in return is for her to obey, but that's a problem.
I didn't say it was a
Because here's the
problem.
thing, let's be honest here, right? This is what I mean when I say modern feminism poisons women. Women want a guy who's going to be a protector and a provider and a good man. But if he asks, hey, I need you to obey me in return, she'll say, I don't like that word. Why do I need to obey you? Well, you need to obey me.
Well, Myron, let's talk about the word obey. All right. Now, obey, that's a Abrahamic Judeo-Christian Islamic concept where men are under God, women are under men, and the children fall under both. So on that paradigm, because when he talks about obey, yeah, in that Bible it says women should obey their husbands, but it also said men should respect their wives. You see, Myron, don't use half of the quote. Use the entire damn quote. That's why that's when women are protected, is when the men respect their wives and she obeys him, quote unquote, obey. See, and he must follow God's, the Lord's rules and regulations. See, you forgot to put that out there, but then at the same time, you're a heathen. You are a heathen, and you're trying to use this obey me thing, trying to use this whole obey me crap. As a facade, because you are a weak ass idiot going after teenagers rather than you trying to face grown men your age. And I mean grown. When I say grown, I mean grown. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's go to another video. All right. Let's go to another video. Yeah, right here. Hold on.
Check this out, guys. This is hilarious.
This self-proclaimed alpha male said some really hard things about women in modern day society. You like to describe yourself as this model for what a man should be, and that's one that consists of controlling and disrespecting all the women in your life, but that doesn't make you a man. You aren't cool for having these opinions, and it's extremely sad and scary to see you brainwashing your audience, because contrary to what you may believe, Myron, women should be allowed to vote. Women should not only have the opportunity, but be encouraged to pursue whatever career path they may choose. And for God's sake, all those toxic masculinities, sluts, shaming, and body critiquing, and those godforsaken sandwich comments, they're just plain disgusting. They're not amusing. To all the women that are watching, I see you, I respect you, and I appreciate you. And to all the
now, he's being a simp, but at the same time, he's right. He's being a simp, but at the same time, he's right. Okay? You know, it's one thing if he would just ended it right there, you know, it would have been classic. But he want to the white boy just want to simp himself out. But the thing is, he's right though.
Men that are watching, you have a job to do. It's a very simple one. Appreciate all the women that you have in your life.
Ironically enough, it's the toxically masculine guys like me that actually fight for women to be protected and for women to be able to be mothers and not enter the toxic work.
Wait. Hold, wait. Stop right there, Myron. Stop right there, Myron. I know though you didn't say that, right? I know you ain't saying that, right? So, Myron, I want you to explain this for me. You wasn't protecting old girl when Tommy Sotomayor was pancaking her on your show, Myron. You wasn't there. Where you wasn't protecting women when old girl almost got knocked the fuck up. Oh, wait a minute. You wasn't protecting women when I forgot what there was when old girl was got harassed by your boy Fresh. So I want to hear that. And if we're going to sit there and use Andrew Tate because you're sitting right there with Andrew Tate, well, here's the thing though, Myron. Here's the thing, Myron. Oh, by the way, yeah. I'm going to grift, y'all. Yes, I'm going to grift. Yes, I'm grifting. Okay, I'm going to grift. Now back to the point. You staying with Andrew Tate when he went to prison for having women doing some illegal acts with some women. But you out here talking about, protecting women, and then since talking about protecting women, why would you have a bunch of black women with a white supremacist like Nick Fuentes? If you just said you was protecting women, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here with that. Calling somebody a sore boy, man.
Force versus guys like this virtue signal and then do all the fuck shit behind the scenes. Check this out, guys.
Well, do you have proof that he was doing it? But anyway, let's go to another video real quick because I'm debate somebody at your age, Myron. Why won't you meet up with the what's those people from Canada? I forgot their name now. Hold on.
This is why they're able to monkey branch to another guy so easily. You guys ever wondered why women are able?
No. We ain't gonna play that one. That one's too obvious. Hold on.
I believe in a nuclear family, and I think as a man, it's your job to protect, provide, and provision. But the problem is that most women simply don't deserve that nowadays.
Wait, stop. Now, Myron, you got the nerve to say that, right? You got the nerve to say that, right? Let me go ahead and do this real quick. Let me go ahead and we're gonna go back over here. Let's play this.
Family, and I think as a man, it's your job to protect, provide, and provision. But the problem is that most women simply don't deserve that nowadays.
Okay, then what makes you deserving of a wife? What makes your homeboy over there deserving to be having a wife when he supposedly had knocked up this Chinese girl out? What makes you deserving? And if things were so good, right? How come neither one of you two men, you and your co-host, how come none of y'all married? If things are so good on y'all's end. Explain that. See, I got some questions, but I'm gonna keep those questions to myself because yes, I tag you. Yes, I went ahead and tag you, and I tag you for a reason because I'm gonna tell y'all. Listen, you know, I'm gonna tag you because you need to be called out. You are a hate group. And I guess somebody saw the title and they want to ask me a question, you know, are you married? If not, then why? So so Adam Worf asked this question. Adam Worf asked this question. Well, you see, unlike y'all, right? I know why I'm not married. I know why I'm not married, right? But guess what? I'm not gonna blame women though, as a whole. See, that's the difference between me and y'all, right? I know why, and I'll just say that 75% of it is my fault. And and when I said my fault, I'm not saying it's something I just you know there are many variables of life, you know, um certain circumstances in my teens and 20s and 30s. It's the reason why I'm still single, you know. But what's y'all excuse? Some of y'all live in these major cities and y'all single. Fresh and Fit, Myron is in Miami. Got all the most exotic, beautiful women. What's his excuse? Some of y'all over here in Atlanta. What's y'all excuse? Some of y'all are up there in Denver, Colorado. What's y'all excuse? Some of y'all in San Diego, California. What's your excuse? Some of y'all over there in LA. What's your excuse? Some of y'all, no, I can keep on naming all these cities, right? I can name all these cities, and I'm gonna keep asking, what is your excuse? Because shame, blame, and explain ain't it. Y'all not really being honest to yourself and to other people why your ass is single. Now my black ass can sit and tell you why. And I did that on Trio Logic channel about two weeks ago. I told Trio Logic why. You know, it's I don't go out much. I work nights, and I went on and on, but those are only two things I'm gonna let y'all. That's probably the main two. See, the problem is with y'all is y'all suck. That's right. I said it. Y'all suck. Y'all suck as individuals. Some of y'all suck donkey dick. And that's your damn problem. Some of y'all have a fucked up mindset. Y'all here trying to SBE, shame, blame, and explain. But the person you should be SBE is the motherfucker you see in the damn mirror. And the thing is, a lot of y'all are not man enough to do it. See, some of y'all sit there and talk about y'all want to do some in perspective. No, actual doing some real in perspective requires you looking within yourself. Myron is teaching everybody that the problem is that woman over there, or any woman. They're not talking about your hygiene. You can't go around talking about women hit the wall when some of y'all are fat, balding. Your hairline is to the back of your neck. Some of y'all got bad teeth. Some of y'all got no teeth at all. Some of y'all have fucked up speech impediments. Some of y'all have, I don't know someone, oh, Big J, you good at speech impediment. Yes, I realize that. But some of y'all got worse than me. Sit down and shut up. Some of y'all are fat. Some of y'all talking about, some of y'all are a bunch of winos and beggars on YouTube. You got this one nigga out here talking about he's Floridian. He's Floridian. I mean, he's actually from New York with a big fat pot belly. You know what? I really want to roast that nigga, that so-called Floridian. I really want to roast that nigga again. But anyway, I'm gonna keep it on Myron. Y'all don't talk about what type of skill y'all got. See, women, much like women like resources, right? Since y'all like to complain about what's the word? What's the word that starts with an H? Hypergamy. Y'all like to complain about hypergamy, and yes, let me say this. I'm gonna say it right now. I have a problem with hypergamy too. Yeah, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I have a problem with hypergamy. You know, because hypergamy, a lot of people, a lot of men, and I'm gonna sound a little red pill with this. I'm gonna sound a little red pill with this. By hypergamy. You know, hypergamy do make men lonely, right? It does. It does, right? Having said that, when the last time any of you Negroes, you manosphere, MGTOW, Negroes help other men to get jobs so they have to so hypergamy wouldn't be an issue? I'll wait. I disagree with that. Hypergamy is when capitalism and patriarchy mix, and women are women are women are both the consumer and the exploitive, or women 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 are both are the consumer of, and also being self um exploitive of, the union between uh capitalism and patriarchy, which is the reason why there is hypergamy. Now I'm gonna talk about myself, right? I'm gonna talk about myself. See. Unlike the manosphere, I'm gonna talk about myself real quick. And I said this on my live stream the other when was that, Friday? I said I said that a lot of us young men was trying to chase after the bag. Now I don't now like I said, I'm gonna talk about myself. You know, hypergamy. Because of hypergamy, and because of a person like myself who once had great ambition, tried to hold off trying to chase after the bag because I want access. Again, I'm talking as a 20. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking about when I was in my 20s, in my 30s, and I told somebody this. The only time I'm gonna get married unless I make figures. But then there's a thing called reality, and reality hits hard. Reality hits very, very hard, and then there's great disappointment. See, but unlike y'all, I can sit there and admit that. You niggas cannot admit that because y'all refuse to do some introspection, and then try to reform thyself. Y'all think, the woman in college is, y'all think Ebony K. Williams is a problem. Well, she wouldn't date a bus driver, and why you offended? Oh, Tracy Ellis Ross, she won't date men her age. She want younger men, and besides the point, she ain't dating none of us. So why are you caring about it? See, the problem is though, we create a generation where people do not want to slay the dragon. I remember there was a movie called The Dragon Slayer. It was made in the 1980s. It was about this. I vaguely remember the plot. It was like some uh, King Arthur medieval era, concept. The king of the castle, and then there was this. Then like the king or this lord, whatever, hired this young kid to fight the dragon, to kill the dragon that's been um wreaking havoc. It was a Walt Disney movie. One of them live action Walt Disney movies. I might do a movie review on that. I ain't watched that movie in 20 plus years. But anyway, in order to have the goal, he went out and tried to fight the dragon. None of us are taught to fight the dragon. Some of y'all are trapped of doing shame, blame, and explain. Y'all not trying to fight the dragon. What's really is the cause of your grief. What's really is the cause of your downward spiral, your mental illness. Y'all never want to go down and actually either address it or to actually to accept it or to solve it. Now, not everything can be solved, but at least you can at least live with it, try to cope with it. But to sit there and try and blame some woman you don't know online, like a Brittany Renner or Ebony K. Williams, or any woman that like you think, that you can think of as a source of your personal problem. Therefore, the problem is not the women. The problem is your ass. Now I can blame myself because I'm man enough to do it. But you niggas can't do it. And the problem I have with you niggas is you niggas is passing your misery onto some 18-year-old, some 15-year-old, and then they gonna be just as miserable as your black asses. That's why you need to be stopped. And I said this time and time again. I said it's the future. I don't care about these women on here. Fuck them. This is about the future. I don't care about these women online, these BWE and these, and these divestors and these, the pink pill. No, fuck them. I'm not worried about them. This is about I ain't here to simp for these women. This is about the future of the boys here. You're fucking their minds up trying to make them as miserable as your black asses. No, it needs to stop now. Y'all like a virus that and somebody needs to create a fucking ass. Somebody need to create a damn vaccine. Somebody need to create a vaccine for the red pill, a serum, an antidote for the overdosing of the red pill. That's why you niggas kept on tagging me ever since November. That's why BGS keep on tagging me for weeks. We need an antidote. And let me say this. And just because I said an antidote for the red pill does not mean, though, we should take the blue pill. I'm not for the blue pill either. Because the blue pill just want people to, they want men to be a bunch of brainless apes. That's what the blue pill's about. But we ain't talking about the blue pill. We talking about you red pill niggas. Say no to drugs. Be like Nancy Reagan. Say no to drugs. Fuck the blue pill, fuck that red pill. But right now, we on the red pill. Y'all don't want to deal with fucking reality. Now, it's very hard for me to talk about myself and roast my own goddamn self right now. It's very hard for me be a man who's very prideful, to self-roast myself. But the problem is, I'm honest about the shit. You niggas just make up shit about me. You niggas who on this red pill shit, y'all lie about yourselves. Oh, I'm a physical trainer. I'm a college professor. I'm a chemist. Get the fuck out of here. B just talking about he's a chemist. Bullshit. When was the last time B just tried tell, if he was a chemist, then therefore nigga, he should have made a synthetic red. Oh, see, let me shut up on that. He ain't teaching nobody he ain't teaching nobody on his panels about chemistry. He ain't trying to create some love potion for Edward Anderson. There ain't no love potion 9 for Edward. Am I going too hard? Y'all let me know if I'm going a little too hard on these Manister niggas. And I thought much think this, if you was a chemist, be just Igmore. Therefore, nigga, you should create a potion to cure male loneliness. If you was a chemist and know about science, you would create a table so that the women can go back on to go to that table. So women can bring something to that table. Or at least create something that's on that table so women will refuse to leave that table. If you was a chemist, be just Igmore. Because none of you niggas are fucking honest about yourselves. And some of y'all keep using the word us and we. Us and we. Us and we. Nigga. Anytime I hear one of you MGTOW niggas talking about us and we, rather than talking about yourself, that let me know, nigga, you are lonely. If you're looking for a friendship on the internet, that let me know that you are a lonely person. That let me know you're lonely. And you need somebody on the internet because you couldn't deal with the bullshit offline. Some of you niggas are in these major cities. And y'all want to shame, blame, and explain, talking about some hoochie mamas. You talking about these shock dots. Oh, I'm in Chicago. Nigga, Okay, you in Chicago. Why you shame, blame, explain then if you in Chicago? If you in the South Side of Chicago, well, if the women are so fucked up in the South Side of Chicago, shouldn't your black ass go to the North Side? If your black ass is in Atlanta and all these women are hoes and 304s, shouldn't you go to at least Augusta or Savannah? What's your excuse? I'm gonna keep on. No, that's the question I need to ask. What is y'all's excuse? And don't say you are a good man. I don't want to hear none of y'all say that shit. I don't want none of y'all say I'm a good man. I don't want y'all to say none of that shit around me. Tell you that right now, because we know your track record for the past 15, no, actually 20 years. 20 years of YouTube. I know you Negroes are not good men. Well, Big J, how you know? Because y'all never actually help each other out in some meaningful way. Case in point, I'm gonna use this one scenario, but I don't like to use this scenario. I don't want to use this scenario, but no, it's not really a scenario. It's actually had happened, right? It actually has happened, but I'm gonna use this as a good example. But I really don't want to use it, but because it's tragic, it's sad, but however, none of you Negroes helped Edward Anderson when his mama died. Yeah. I went there. Y'all ain't telling him, man, hey, bro, get offline. Here's some plane tickets. We donate money for some plane tickets. You go to the DR, or you go to this, you go to this place, that place, man. You know, why won't you just chill with us? We'll let's go to the Virgin Islands. No, none of that. Y'all allow him to crash out, running over curves and running over animals, running red lights as he over there fucking ass ranting about black women. By his trained, shame, blame, and explain. Y'all ain't helping his ass out, especially when his mother died, passed away. Y'all didn't help him out during that while he was online crying. Because y'all see each other as a fucking ass entertainment. That's why you niggas disgust me. So I don't want to hear none of you niggas telling me that y'all for men. Because obviously y'all never help each other out. And that's a fucking fact. Let me see what's in the chat room. Mother Twerk said, controlling ego antidote. Yes. I don't do drugs. Yeah. Fuck them. They don't guide my mood. Yeah, you're right about that. Right. Somebody have to preach this sermon on this Sunday. Somebody gotta preach this. Now, Tracy had threatened their double standard. She's successful, beautiful, older, and destroyed their logic. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, that whole. Oh, she hit the wall. Tracy Ellis had not hit that wall. I'm sorry. I would have smashed. If Tracy Ellis Ross was in the same room with me, I would try to smash. I'm sorry. Yeah, yes, I would. That woman might be in her 50s, but I'll try I would try my best to hit. I would ask. I spend some game. Oh, women over a certain age hit the wall. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know. I don't know. He probably is. He probably is. Edward. He probably is. It seemed like an angry waste. See, See, is Edward Anderson short? The dude seemed like an angry waste of white skin privilege. See, I wasn't going to go there on that light skin privilege. I wouldn't go on that light skin privilege shit. I was going to overlook that part because I really don't want to talk about colorism, but I go here with this. He could have used his light skin privilege. I'll go ahead and say it. I'll say it. Now you know that there are some women that like that are into the light skin. You know that there are some black women that's into that light skin. Kind of remind me of what's his name? I'll be sure. Kind of remind them of fucking ass Barrage and them. Yo, come on. Get out of there. Get out of there. Talking about not with those piranha teeth. Ooh. Twerks. We gotta twerks. I ain't saying nothing. About that. I ain't looking at man's mouth like that, but okay, I mean, I'm just saying. See, they need to understand that they are part of a mental health crisis. They're exacerbating a mental health crisis among the younger among the next generation, and they need to be stopped for real. Listen, I'm not looking at man's mouth, but okay, I mean, I ain't really looking at man's mouth like that, but I take your word for it. All right, I'll take your word for it. I ain't, it probably is scary, but it's probably is scary and shit, man. Excuse me. Yeah, and that's why the red pill, this overdosing of the red pill needs to be challenged and actually stopped, because whatever pain that I'm gonna use myself. I'm gonna use myself again. I'm sorry. I'm gonna use myself as an example, right? I'm gonna use myself as an example. My problems ain't their problems. Okay? And I'm talking about the next generation. People who are in their teenage years. My problems, whatever problems I have, should not be their problems. I should not be sitting there trying to tell them how to think that, trying to teach them that women are the enemy. Because Miss Little Stephanie over there and Miss Little Kim and Keisha over here and all these little girls that's in his classroom, they're not his enemy. The real enemy is capitalism and patriarchy and the governing structure that falls up in it. Yeah. What I'm drinking, Actually, I'm drinking Waterloo sparkling water right now. The summer berry flavor. It's sparkling water though. But um, yeah, they can't sit there and see. They can't grasp the concept that their rhetoric, these 20 years of rhetoric, have created a mental health issue. Like again, my problems with women should not be the next generation's problems. It shouldn't. My problems should end with me. It should not be passed on to some teenager who or some pre-adolescents. No. It should end. It begins, well, it may not start it with me, but it should end with me. And that's why you niggas hate my guts so much, because I can identify what is the real problem. Get you some Spindrift and thank me later. Okay, I'll do that then. I'll do that then. My mother twerks. I'll do that. But yeah, um, anyway, I said enough. You know, you know, I know why I have a problem. And I'm not gonna tell you all of it. I'm not gonna tell you all of it, but I gave you two already. I gave y'all two. One of them I work nights. The other reason is I don't, and that led to the other issue. I don't get out as much. The third thing is I did not finish what I was set out to do. And life happens. Things happen in life. It's not women's fault. It's called circumstances. And some of these men need to understand that too. Listen, that's y'all circumstances. That's not you're victim of. Is either two things you are a victim of. You are the circumstances. Because things happen in life. Not just women doing some evil activity and shit. Not all these women are evil. There's only are there evil women? Oh yes, yes they are. The BWE are a bunch of evil women. The divestors are a bunch of evil women. But women as a whole, no. No, they're not. But anyway, I said enough. Yeah, I listened to that video, BJ. I think him and those like him should be locked up. No. Actually, I want BJ to be in front of a congressional hearing. And I'm being serious on this. Some of that crazy shit that come out of his mouth I want him in front of a congressional hearing so people can say, "Oh, this nigga is full of shit." So he can be questioned on that dumb shit he be saying about the Monahan report, lying about the Monahan report, lying about the Franklin E. Frazier. I want him, Angry Man, Myron, Rollo Tomasi, Sneeko. You know, I want them all, Sidian, you know, Andrew Tate. I want all of them on a congressional hearing, and we need to start asking the question: are you a hate group? If not, then what are you? Let's look at y'all's rhetoric. That's what I want to see happen, and I'm being actually for real on that, because I like to ask some questions. I ask some questions that I have not even asked, but I won't ask it on YouTube though, because you know they be all prepared for it. No, I got some questions. Right, right, and that's why though, that's why I said they need to be stopped, because you're teaching young boys that it's okay to think of young girls as hoes and as bitches and as fill in the blank. Dangerous. When if you said little girl Stephanie, little girl Kim, you know, 9-year-old Kim, this little 9-year-old girl is your enemy. When you start programming boys and say, "Oh, this 9-year-old girl right here is going to be your enemy within the next 8 years, 6, 7, 8 years down the road," oh, guess what? Then when y'all strip away this person's humanity, anytime when you create a narrative, I put it in a better way. I put it in a better way. And that's my problem with that nigga Don. But anyway, because he, you know, I tried to tell that nigga he thinks everything's a fucking joke. But the thing is, when you create hours upon hours of rhetoric where you dehumanize a certain segments of the population of people, when you start to dehumanize them, therefore you will make it okay to do harm upon that group. Now, I'm not going to use the whole mustache man from 1930s. I'm going to use something that's recent. The Houthis and the Futis in Central Africa. The Houthis, no, the Futis was the enemy of the Houthis. If some of y'all remember the war, the Great African War, all it took was a bunch of a bunch of idiots who took over the radio station, dehumanizing one group of Africans, and then when you dehumanize this one group of Africans, the other group of Africans say, "Okay, let's slaughter these groups." I don't have to go back to 1920s, 1930s Europe. I can talk about 1990s, 2000, early 2000 Africa. That's why it needs to be challenged. That's why it needs to be stopped. You know. Yeah. Yeah, it is. And like I said though the other day, yeah, I think I might need to jump off that cliff or step off that cliff. You know. But anyway, y'all be easy. I'll see you next time. I'm out.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.